Hi everyone, it's Maureen Muldoon, and we are on lesson 120 with A Course in Miracles. And I am still in Florida on vacation, but I wanted to thank you for continuing to follow along with me. And I got a note from somebody who said, like, it's really hard to move forward, and sometimes I feel like I want to stick with a lesson longer than sometimes I want to stick with a lesson. And what I would say is, just move forward. There's no way to do these lessons perfectly. We're going to return to these lessons. What I said is that the course repeats itself and repeats itself, and that we're gonna come back to it. So don't try and do the lesson. Just let the lesson do you, and don't take it too seriously. Like, don't try and understand it. That sounds crazy, but don't try and understand it. Just be with it, and that is not just for the lessons, but that's for life. Like, just be with it. Like, just see what comes up for you, and don't try and understand it. If we try and understand it, the ego wants to understand, so it can capture it and file it and put it away and said, been there, done that. But to be with it means I don't understand. So it's almost okay not to understand. To be with it means I'm still learning. I'm in curiosity. I'm taking it in. I'm in wonderment. Kids don't pretend they know something. They just come curiously. So that's what I would say for these lessons. Just come curiously to the lessons and see if that might be a little bit more helpful. So today's lesson. Today's lesson is still in the review, which is good because they're short. I don't mean to say it's good they're short, but I got kids who want to go to Busch Gardens and chomping at the bit to get on the road to go to Busch Gardens. So life, life comes in and wants to sweep us off our practice, but we stay in our practice, and it's good that today's a short lesson. So I rest in God. I rest in God today and let Him work in me and through me while I rest in Him in quiet and in perfect certainty. And then the other review on the half hour is, I am as God created me. I am God's son today. I lay aside all sick illusions of myself and let my Father tell me who I really am. On the hour, I rest in God. On the half hour, I am as God created me. These are such beautiful lessons because on the hour, I rest in God. It means that I'm going to let God steer the ship today. The other day I was down at Mickey Singer's Temple of the Universe, and amazing teacher. And he was saying that he saw a bumper sticker that said, God is my co-pilot. And he's like, what are you, crazy? You don't want God to be your co-pilot, and you want God to be driving. You're the co-pilot. And I thought that was really interesting because it speaks to this lesson. Like, I'm not driving this car. I rest in God. God's driving this thing, and I get to sit and be in the experience of it. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. So I got to check in with my higher power and say, where would you have me go? Where would you have me? What would you have me say? What would you have me do? You got the plan, and I'm just the person who's going to help to be open to letting that plan be fulfilled through me. It takes so much weight off of our shoulders. It eliminates so much confusion. So the next one is, I am as God created me. I love this lesson, I am as God created me. And it goes into, I am God's son today. I lay aside all sickness of myself, and I let my Father tell me who I really am. So I am as God created me. That means that you are as God created you. And so if this is true, we kind of get to be in the great mystery of each other and not condemn, because I'm as God created me, and not judge, because you are as God created you, and not crucify and not differentiate, but to see the similarity. So anytime that you see something that you don't like today, these are some magical words that you can add to the end of it. That guy's a jerk, I don't like him. 2 words, me too. That woman looks so great, I love how she's doing her life. Me too. Everything is a direct reflection of what we think of ourselves. So, hold the high watch for each other. Be life's cheerleader and not life's crucifier. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You want to be a man or woman of power. You don't want to be a man or woman of problems. And the way we get to be a man or woman of power is by recognizing we get to rest in God and let that power of God flow through us, and that we are all as God created us. So that is the good news. Thanks for staying the course. Keep practicing, even if you're on vacation, even if your kids want to make you take you to Wish Gardens. Just do your lesson first, put God first, everything else comes second, and I promise you, you will have a miraculous day. God bless. Let's see if I can do this because I got both my hands holding my computer. Watch, my computer falls like off the ledge and into the pool. Namaste.